Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce the new champion now, Mikey Masumeci. Congratulations. That is a huge, beautiful golden belt around your shoulder. You must be feeling pretty good for that one. You were close to a submission a few times. What factors do you think prevented you from securing it?
A few things. I feel like I had an adrenaline dump being first time center stage for a title fight. I'm very introvert, so it felt like I was back in beginning of competing and all the things I used to experience all over again times 1,000. So it was just such a crazy experience. I loved it, and I need that experience fighting in this. Everything for me is adaptation, so I have to adapt my homeostasis now to fighting in a title fight in a cage in front of so many people.
We're going to go to our media questions now. Our first one comes from Vincent Richards of Sportskeeda. Go ahead, Vince. Can we unmute Vince's microphone? We'll go ahead to our next question then. Vince having technical issues. It comes in via text from Luisa Morales from the Philippines, who asks, you missed out on ADCC this time, but made history with the first one submission and grappling world title. How much has that softened the blow, and what does it mean to you to be the pioneering athlete in this sense?
First, salamat for the Philippines. But it's such an honor, I am the first champion of one ever in submission grappling, and there's going to be so many amazing champions, but this is the beginning of it. Me and Cleber put on an amazing, exciting match for everyone, and we made history together. So it was an honor to be the first match in this growing sport of jiu-jitsu and submission grappling.
As an add-on to her question, she also asked, what kind of pizza and pasta are you going to order?
Right now, I'm going to go to Lucali in Singapore. It's from South Brooklyn, where my family's from. So they have a location here in Singapore, and I'm going to get lots of calzones, pizza, and pasta right now.
Sounds delicious. Our next question comes in via text from MGR Online from Neddy Pong, who asks, how much does the circle wall come into play? How do you compensate for the barrier when you're grappling close to it?
Honestly, I like the circle wall because it makes it harder for the person to run away there's no out of bounds. So it keeps us in bounds. So I actually prefer the circle wall, but it definitely is a new thing for me. And I just have to adapt over time, Takes me a while to adapt to things, but I'm doing decent.
I think Vince had some internet issues, so he's sent in his question via the chat and asks, you had 5 world titles before, now you have another one. Is this your biggest? Well, not literally because a huge title, but is it the biggest?
Yeah, literally, it is definitely a bigger title than the other 5, combined, size-wise, but also, for sure, it's the biggest title I ever had in my life, I've been training jiu-jitsu for 22 years, so this all led up to me getting this title, and it's crazy. It's such a crazy feeling. Winning worlds for me was like one feeling. This is like a whole different feeling, It's so much bigger, this feeling, so it's insane.
Were you surprised that Cleber was a bit too tentative during the fight? That's another question from Vince.
No, I thought that he was fighting great. He was defending very well when I was attacking him. I had this mindset that I was going to look for the finish every second. And I was looking for the finish, but I knew that if I couldn't get the finish, I would just attack every second for 10 minutes. And that's what I did, I had him in one really tight heel hook that I usually always finish, like 100% of the time, and I couldn't. So it's kind of frustrating to me, but I think, again, it was the adrenaline, and I felt like my arms got really tired the first minute of the match from that adrenaline, But I'm going to adjust over time with experience.
Next up is a question via the chat from Teresa Jasmines of Business Mirror, who asks, is there anyone outside of one championship that you'd like to see the organization sign for you to compete against?
I don't know, really. Right now, my dream matchup would be with Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Just because the amount of eyes we could get on submission grappling, me and such a legend like him. For me now, I won every title I wanted to in jiu-jitsu, literally every title I wanted. So now for me, it's about having an impact on others and bringing as many people to watch and do jiu-jitsu as I can.
We're going to go across to the microphone of Eric Ubalacker now. Eric, you're up.
Congratulations, Mikey.
Thank you, sir.
Just, being the first grappling champion in one championship. You've mentioned you've already won all of the jiu-jitsu titles that you wanted. What does this unique opportunity and being the first champion in one mean, and how does it add to your personal legacy?
It's everything to my legacy, because I believe one championship, I know one championship is the biggest title in jiu-jitsu. And for future generations, this will be everything for everyone, So to be the first person to get it, it's so special. And I'm just honored that I'm the first person.
Congrats, Mikey.
Thank you, sir.
Our next question comes from Sanuk, who asks, how much different has the recognition and attention been since moving to one from the regular submission grappling and BJJ world, and how's it changed your life?
Oh my God. So I remember telling all my friends, if I won Black Belt Worlds, all 5 times I won Black Belt Worlds was still 10% of the publicity and recognition you get for winning one match in one. So it just tells you how big this platform is and what they're going to do for the athletes, We all work so hard and train so hard. So all these athletes deserve this recognition for how hard they train. And one is giving us a platform that we deserve now, and I'm just so thankful to be on this platform. And I thank Shakti so much for this opportunity.
Our next question is from Ivan Stewart from Dugout Philippines, who asked, you mentioned earlier that you're not really calling out DJ for a potential title defense. So talk about the respect you have for DJ, even though you do want to compete against him.
Kumusta ka? I always have to say something in Tagalog when someone asks me from the Philippines. Mabute. So yeah, it's just, again, I know what me and Mighty Mouse can do for submission grappling, how many people we can get to watch the match in viewership. I know that it would be the most viewed match in jiu-jitsu history. So when I say it would be the biggest match, I know that we would make history together. And I am such a fan of him, I'm really a fan of Mighty Mouse, and it would just be an honor to train with him. I would see it as a rolling session, me and him together, like a friendly roll, we would make it however rolls that it would be fair for him, and it would be an awesome match, me and him.
It was exciting seeing the headlines about that during Fight Week when it came out. Has there been much response from some of your colleagues in martial arts or from Chatri?
About the Mighty Mouse thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, totally. Everyone wants to see that, I've been getting so many messages. Please, when is that happening? We're going to travel to wherever that fight is. So I had so many friends messaging me that they're already planning to travel if that fight happens. And I'm like, no, I have to win my fight first. Please let me focus on this first fight, So now I could think about that. I didn't really want to think about that at all until I got through this opponent, because I know how tough he is.
It's an exciting one, and related to our next question, which comes in from Going Live, who asks, who do you see yourself facing next?
I see myself facing Mighty Mouse next, or even possibly a Sambo world champion, like Rutolo's fighting next. It's such a cool thing, jiu-jitsu versus Sambo in the submission grappling format. So I feel like that would be a huge thing for our sport in general, to bring 2 different styles of submission grappling together. And so international, right? Different continents competing against each other. So that's really fascinating to me.
Congratulations, Mikey. You're an absolute pioneer. You continue to do incredible things for the sport. Thanks for joining us.